Shalom, dearly beloved and blessed of the Most High and His Son Yeshua. Your brother Elder T. Hayman the Hebrew, signing in for the nation of Yasharallah, tribe of Judah, 12 tribes to the 12 tribes and worldwide. I know it's been a minute since I've done a weekly exhortation, and the time since last Sabbath, and I know that last Sabbath we didn't come on and post a lesson, but it was me and the congregation, and a lot is going on in the earth, brothers and sisters, and I'm certain that it's happening in your prospective areas as well. So this is going to be very brief and very short. Just wanted to update you, and that's why it's called the weekly briefing and exhortation. And I hope that by me briefing you and making it, letting it be known what's transpiring and going on in my life, you as fellow believers and brothers and sisters in the faith may also be able to be encouraged and uplifted by it, and more than anything, just grateful and thankful for the truth that we walk in and that we proclaim and that we stand on the Most High's word. So I first want to say all praise be to the Most High in the name of His Son Yeshua. I thank Him for this opportunity. It woke me up today, just for the breath of life, for the simple things, the things that we may unintentionally take for granted, His miracles, His blessings, just the simple being able to breathe. And so I know for myself, as you brothers and sisters of you that have listened to me and have chimed in, or I say tuned in, or our lives cross paths, you all know that it seems like we're always going through something, huh? So today I wake up, and you brothers and sisters know that, of course, I went back out into what you would call corporate America, right? Or in what we call the rat race, right? Trying to make a means for myself to pay bills and take care of my financial responsibilities and be able to take care of my household. With that being said, also let it be known that the Most High is He's in control, and that's what I see today, and that's what I'm getting ready to share with you, brothers and sisters. So I don't know where I started, but let me just go right into it. I get up today, I go into work, and matter of fact, this whole week I've been there 8 in the morning, and I'm in the position that I'm in a sales, and as a salesperson selling high ticket items, home improvements. Sometimes it can be pretty grueling. I'm driving out of town. Sometimes it seems like they're running me around to out of town, and people aren't there, and just a big mix-up. Nonetheless, I got to take the good with the bad and make the best out of it. I try never to complain because I thank the Most High every second that I'm alive, every beat of my heart, every blink of my eye, every moment, every memory that I'm able to retain, especially of those whatever's righteous, holy, and pure, and peaceable, and praiseworthy. Those are the things that I meditate upon. So I go into work, right? And I guess my boss, he calls me in and says, "Hey, Terry, can I talk to you?" Right? I said, "Sure." So I go into his office, and right after back, this brother tells me, T, it come that time we're gonna have to part ways. Just to kind of make a long story short, I'm like, wow. Now, mind you, brothers and sisters, I've been with this company. This is 2 months now. They usually train people for 2 months, 8 weeks. Well, because I was well equipped, I came right in my first 2 weeks. I'm out. 1 week sitting in, taking notes and whatever the case is, learning how the company does the pricing and whatever, learning the products and warranties, so forth, blah, blah, blah. The very next week, I'm out by myself, in-house, selling. And I brought the company, did like nearly $60,000 in business, in that second week that I was there with the company. Now, since from that time, they've given me leads, and again, not to make this a gripe, But the leads weren't all that. And the saying is garbage in, garbage out. And so what I've come to find is that they basically try to place the blame on the sales reps, right? Now, I let the gentleman know, the person who was over me, a supervisor, a boss, whatever, however you want to say it, let him know that I'm going through a transition right now where I'm going to be needing to move here in a short time. I told him this 2 weeks ago. And the moment that I told him that, it seems like, his whole disposition towards me had changed. And I said, I really need to get some sales. I've been telling him, give me leads so I can get in the house and, I could, do what I'm supposed to do. Find me the people who have a need, desire, interest, and I can do the rest. I'm very good at giving a presentation and giving prices and building up value, so forth and so on, at doing my job. And of course, everything decent with decency and everything in decent and in order, okay? As unto the Most High. The Most High orders my steps. So, nonetheless, these last month and a half, these last 6 weeks, nothing at all. Now, mind you, the team that I'm on, or the company that I'm with, none of these guys have done really nothing at all, but so it comes to be that I'm the one that they give the axe to. And he was asking me, well, about how long do you think that I got into you? I said, I need to find something to do something right away. He's like, well, when do you think? I said, I don't know. It's all in the hands of the Most High. The Most High will tell me when. He will order my steps, right? Now, mind you, brothers and sisters, I still haven't, this money the business that I've sold, I still haven't gotten paid off of the money that I've sold to them. So here it is. That was supposed to be nearly $7,000 that they're supposed to owe me, but surely corporate America, they find a way to do what? Take the money. Okay? So they put this pie in the sky. So it's not even that what they're supposed to be getting. So nonetheless, let me move on. So here it is. Come to find out today that today was it. Today was the time the Most High said it was time for me to move on. And so what I realize is not in my control, it's in the Most High's control. And so what I see is that here it is, the very last, here it is, we have to move, and the Most High provided provision for that. So I was just trying to be at that job for just the time being, so wherever the places that we move, they'll see that, okay, well, he's at this job, a stable job, but he's a salesperson, right? So there was one dilemma, or whatever, a challenge, whatever you would call it, right? So I say to the gentleman, I say, well, I'm at least trying to get situated into where I get a place before I say when I'm going to move. So I actually kind of need the job. That's what I told him. That's what I'm thinking, right? We're putting in applications for places. And so, nonetheless, long story short, go in, and they said that, okay, we're cutting ways. I said, okay. And I basically told them, you know what? He said, well, it just came down to the numbers of they, and they always want to use the third party, right? They did it. The company did it. Well, I know what it's like. Like I said, as soon as I told the gentleman this, and this may be or may not be, but as soon as I told him that him as a manager or, a sales manager of his team, he's thinking, well, man, this sales rep that I got a lot going on, and his head, he's not focused. There's no way if we give him leads, he's not going to be able to sell nothing. But nonetheless, he even ran some leads with me, and the leads that they gave me were super garbage. He can't even do nothing with it. So it just goes to show, here it is, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you, the Most High is truly great. So, and it's just so much more. I might have to make this 2 parts because I want to tell you, brothers and sisters, more. And that's what I do. I try to be transparent so for the upliftment of the body. And it might just be one person. I don't know, it may be 2 people, whoever it may be, that this comes across their ears. All right, hopefully it doesn't fall on hopefully it falls on good ground, so that way that that the word will go into them and that you be encouraged and uplifted. So, bottom line, brothers and sisters, I got about 5 minutes. I got to get going. Here it is that I wake up today not even knowing this, brothers and sisters. I'm there on time. I'm the first one there, the last one to leave. And, that's been taking its toll. And none, yet and still, the Most High has blessed your brother to be able to continue to do truth music. And, my heart's been heavy It's been joyous. I mean, through it all, the Father's been keeping me grounded. So I praise Ahia for that. Thank you so much. I thank you, brothers and sisters, for your prayers and all of your due diligence. The brothers and sisters who do truth music. I listen to it. The brothers and sisters who are bringing forth truth and who are just being, embodying what it means to be Christ-like. I mean, it truly is a blessing to be in the earth at the time that we are all waking up, and the Father's waking his children up. Okay, so let me say this. It looks like I'm going all around. I wanted to streamline this. So last night, okay, now that 6 weeks have gone by, okay, and then mine, they gave me allowance for up to 5 weeks, and it wasn't very much, but it was something to pay my bills, and not pay my bills, but put food on the table and put gas in the car. And first give to the Most High, first and foremost, all right, and then whatever else is left, do if there wasn't really nothing left after that, okay, stretch it as far as I can go. So here it is that I asked the Father last night in my prayer. I just told my wife this. I said, Father, I got on my hands and knees, and brothers and sisters, mind you, I'm fighting multiple battles. I mean, the enemy does not rest, brothers and sisters, so we have to be alert and be aware of our surroundings and continue to go hard, continue to put that full armor up, continue to confess His sovereign word, because, brothers and sisters, we're drawing down, nearing down to the last of this. And so, we got to stand on the Most High's word. So I asked the Father, get on my hands and knees and said, Father, in my prayer, I want to share this with you, brothers and sisters. Mind you that this job is a sales position. They're driving me all across Northern California, driving 60, 70 miles one way. That's one way. And then back to go to someone's house and no one's there. This is the type of stuff that they were doing. Right? And I'm like, I just put gas in here to drive out here, and now there's that money gone. Nearly $80 to $100 a week spending on gas, right? So I get down on my hands and knees and I asked the Father last night, very, very heavy. And I said, Father, it's been 3 weeks and counting since I've actually brought in some income. I ask you, Father, if it be within thy will, to please bless me, Most High, and give me the means so that I'm able to provide for my family, give to the ministry. And I said a beautiful prayer last night, brothers and sisters. Well, when I go to this job, okay, and the guy, I guess you could say we left on, I guess what you would call good terms. I mean, this is how the world does you, right? Now, mind you, this is the same person that told me, I'm going to be there with the company, and, it's the same person that says, it wasn't a coincidence. It certainly wasn't a coincidence for a time in the season. You could always expect for man to do what man does. And that's why I don't put my trust and hope in man. The Bible says, cursed is the man who maketh flesh his arm. All right? So the Most High is my trust, and I trust in Him, and I knew that going in. Long story short, same person that said that, you're going to ride with us, I need you to do this and that, and to kind of step up and lead, and, once things get going, it was just all filler. That's what it seemed, because your actions speak louder than your words, right? And again, no, I have no hard feelings towards the brother. Now he's doing what he does. It's how he makes his living. So, may he find the peace of the Most High as he seeks the Most High, right? I wish no ill on no one. So he says, you're fired. I said, okay, no worries. I said, you know what? I had another job offering before I took this one. Maybe I'll follow up on them. And so anyhow, I was like, man, I don't want to tell my wife this, bring my wife down, and I don't want her to be down because we're like trying to get this place. And she just filled out an application. Quiet! Sorry about that, brothers and sisters. The dogs, the garage is right next to this office here. So anyhow, I'll say I don't want to bring her down, and so I just go home, and sure enough, sooner or later I tell her. But look what happened. I get a call, okay, and I had a couple of vehicles, still have a couple of vehicles, and the Most High blessed me to where He had someone call me and picked up a car just like that. So I was down in the slum. Not to say that this just brought me out of the slums, but the Most High's on time. He brought money and gave it right into my hand with no effort at all. He gave it into my hand right off the bat. Give to the Father first, and the rest is going to help us to, sustain. You know what I mean? I can think of Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom will be the time of thy stability. So that's what I wanted to tell you, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna have to get going. Not only that, now with that, I called this other job, and they're saying, hey, we'd love to interview with you, and can you come on in? So, mind you, no matter where I go, brothers and sisters, off the bat, on the Sabbath, I'm letting them know on the Sabbath, this is the day of worship that I reverence to the Most High God. So I'm not available on Saturdays, what the world calls Saturdays, the Sabbath day, and any of the holy days. So praise be to a high. I just wanted to tell you that, brothers and sisters. Lots of truth music. Still have a lot of stuff in the works, brothers and sisters. And just please continue to lift me up. I lift all of the brothers and sisters, every last one of you. I love you dearly. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I pray that the Most Highest peace be upon you and your family, and that I pray for health and prosperity and endurance, and that He may strengthen you and your inner man. All right? Until Zion, brothers and sisters, I want to say Shalom, Salah, and armor up. Love you, family.